Hello horseheads, and welcome to my quick little info video about the upcoming scenario and the recent huge balance changes that just got announced by Cygames completely out of the blue. The balance changes are definitely going to change up everyone's expectations and what we know about the game as a whole. It's like we are moving from the Stone Age of Umamusume right into the modern era, where everything is awesome and you have a lot more options when it comes to building your horses optimally. So yeah, let me tell you all about the massive changes and how you can prepare for them and make your favorite horse girl shine in the upcoming cup. So, onto the skill changes. Umastan was already a pretty good skill as it provides you with a 3-second speed boost, but the new one is even better as the activation requirement has been lowered from 4 horses to 3 horses. This is a huge boost to the skill's usefulness, and you should definitely put it on every ace Uma you train going forward as long as they are not a frontrunner. The biggest benefit of Umastan is that it can proc multiple times during a race as it has a 30-second cooldown, but it also allows you to fight for a better position with all the other Umas, which is now extra important as they changed the way how positioning works in races with the new dueling mechanic. We know that acceleration is king when it comes to the cup races, and most of the meta has been shifting around who can use what acceleration in what course, but with the introduction of the new Nimble Navigator and its gold skill counterpart, which we will talk about later, is another huge buff roulette winner. Its activation requirement has been changed to proc more consistently, and now you don't have to be blocked by anyone for it to activate, giving you a pretty solid 3-second acceleration boost that can be used by any Uma. More on that later on in the video. On top of that, almost every single skill that was bad in the game got a buff. This includes skills like the Straightaway Adept and Speed Star that got increased duration, making them solid options to choose for your Uma. The list is too long to provide in this video, but I will link the full list in the description for you to analyze yourself. Important takeaway is, however, that the balance between the roles is more even now, where pace chasers also get access to acceleration and solid speed skills. This will help our daughter Meisho Doto a lot. Now I want to highlight some of the Umas that got buffs due to the skill changes, which I will personally be looking forward to using in the upcoming cups and which I might pull for now that the changes have been announced. One of them is of course my favorite girly pop Agnes Digital, who gets access to the gold skill variant of Umastan, which we already discussed is going to be a key skill going forward. I expect her to be a solid choice, and if she was already your Oshi, congratulations, now she's even better, and you will definitely be using her. Next up is everyone's favorite handsome horse lady, Fujikisuki, whose already insane mile race kit got even better with buffs to her unique, Lloyds of Vaudeville, as well as all of her other skills like Big Sisterly. Due to her unique getting a buff, with its activation condition similarly to that of Nimble Navigator, she is also a really solid parent choice for inherited uniques for your other Umas. And last but not least, your Oshi! Mine is Meisho Doto, and I love her to death, and I'm really happy about all the changes as now I have more room to maneuver with her in all the cups. I'm planning on running her in every one of them from here on out, so having lots of options is definitely going to help. Her potential skills like Speed Star also got buffed, even though it's not a huge one, it'll still be helpful in carrying her goofy silly ass over the finish line. So, I suggest you go and check out all the skill changes and see how they affect your fave girlies. Again, the link in the description. Even some of the support cards got buffed, and the list is also really extensive when it comes to them. Here are some of the patch note highlights just as an example on what they've been cooking over there. King Halo Power SSR gets access to Umastan as part of her event chain. This is really important because it makes farming for those Umastan white sparks way easier, as you don't have to rely on the crazy 16 skill Gold Ship Guts card, which always gives you weird stuff like Smokescreen instead of the actually useful stuff like Groundwork or Straightaway Spurt. Speaking of, that Airshakor SSR that's been collecting dust in your cards list gets access to the old gold skill Straightaway Spurt, making her not useless. Isn't that just amazing? Last, but definitely not least, Cygames is rolling out the Guts stat buff at the same time. This means that Guts cards get increased value as now you have to train that skill in order to make optimal horses. Best card in this category that players get access to is definitely the free friendship point Haru Urara's Day Off, which is a really cute card that should help you reach those new stat goals. Personally, I'm still unsure on what type of stats I'll be aiming for, as I have not touched the new scenario. I'll keep you guys updated with a guide on how to pivot Umas effectively and what kind of decks you should be aiming for and which cards take priority over others. But what I can say for certain is that the new Urara card will definitely be an auto-include in every deck going forward. Let's talk about the upcoming scenario a little bit and its relation to this patch. There are a lot more detailed guides on Virgo Cup than this one, but what I want to highlight is that the meta and the tier lists aren't as accurate anymore after this announcement, making some of the information in those videos unreliable. It is also important to note that the schedule for this cup is really tight with only a week to train your horses, and because of that I will probably not make a guide on this one myself. I will highlight some of the key elements which have changed now with the introduction of new skills and what to aim for in this cup very briefly. The gold version of Nimble Navigator, No Stopping Me, is a skill you can pick up during the scenario by not picking a name for your team. This way, you don't need to dedicate a support card slot for this skill specifically and you can automatically include it for every ace you make, which you definitely should as the skill is insanely powerful. Next up, I want to highlight that now that Pace Chasers also get access to acceleration, they're also viable to build in this cup. This goes for every single running style as the new skill changes have brought all of them to be more equal with each other and Frontrunner is no longer the only quote-unquote meta style that everyone uses. And last but not least, when picking out skills to use, be sure to remember that this course does not support corner acceleration like Redshift and Shooting for Victory. Instead, you should aim for skills that don't have corner activation like the newly mentioned No Stopping Me or On Your Left for late surgers. I will probably highlight some options I have chosen to use myself on Meishu Doto for this cup as I plan on claiming platinum with her in Virgo. I'll keep you guys updated on my discoveries and builds when it comes to that, so be sure to subscribe for more. And with that, I wish you all an amazing day and may your pulse on the Rise Recall banner be 24. Horse Scientist out.